Boom. There we go.
Hello?
Hello. Is there anyone here? Boom. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all here? Shalom, shalom. We got some peeps in the chat.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of them, in fact. How are y'all doing? Hi, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're gonna do some bug hunting, some bug chasing, as it were. Isn't that right?
That's completely right.
That's completely right.
Is the headset serving a purpose?
Nope, not really. Gods and Pills says, Peachy, how are you guys? Hopefully not too warm over there.
Could be worse, I guess.
Could be worse, but I think by the end of the night we will be two sweaty men. But let's go. Let's go, let's go. So we're gonna pop off into Valhalla. And you are free to join me there. There's a bunch of people here already. You love to see it. Yeah, I don't really know. The problem here with the bug, as everyone knows, is that we don't really know what causes it. In fact, we don't even know if the bug actually exists on the default client.
Or, for that matter, if nVidia might already have fixed it.
For that matter. So there's a lot of unknowns in this. But I'm thinking that what we should be doing, and as you can see, we've updated Valhalla. So there's a new Valhalla now. And what I'm thinking is that we should try to have a big ass fight with as many people as possible involved. And I guess we'll try running around a fair bit. And we'll also, whoops, I got knocked out. Stone cold. I'm gonna...
You can restore, you know.
I'm gonna restore. Boom. You never truly got me. So...
4K snowballs, who remembers that?
A snowball submachine gun. So yeah, I'm thinking, let's see, Gods and Pills says, I know you guys probably won't want to tell the new things, but what is the new thing you shared on Facebook? The purple crystal looking thing.
I have no idea what we've shared on Facebook.
You mean you're not following, you're not liking, you're not subscribing, you're not sharing? Shaking my head, truth be told. But no, I won't be telling. That's for you to find out. For me to know and for you to find out. It's exciting times, I'll tell you that much. We're gonna have one hell of a world. It's gonna be ballers.
Let's just hope it's longer than 1 month.
There's some pretty intense changes going on, so we'll see what happens. It's gonna be fun though. Let's see. Mopsy Pacey says, well, hello, young Laurent Botonat. Not a name I am familiar with. So the map works here, right? Yeah, it does. Maybe we should head into like the forest area over here. I have no idea what causes this bug. So plenty of people have been very excited about us fixing this. And as I said earlier, we don't know if this could potentially be a custom client bug. I don't know that it's been verified to happen on the real client, or the default client at least. So we know preciously little about this bug, and the only thing that we really do know is that it seems to happen at very inopportune moments.
Indeed.
Because it seems, from what we've heard about it, is that it occurs in...
Like only in intense combat situations.
Exactly. Only in intense combat situations. So I don't know what it could be. it could
Perhaps
be.
we should head over north and spawn a couple of boats or knarrs or something in the river up there. Or
Yeah.
south, I guess. There seems to
So
be a lake there.
if you all follow me down to the river, go down to the river.
The lake, actually, as it were.
Go down to the lake. Some Bruce Springsteen. Spawn a button of bears, carts, boats. Yeah, I don't.
Apparently animals don't work in Valhalla. That's why it crashed previously when I spawned trolls.
Yep. So we're gonna have a boat, guys.
Spawn a couple of snackies, perhaps.
Did it crash? Because we both joined the boat at the same time or something?
Oh, is that also a Valhalla problem? Perhaps, indeed.
Big yikes.
That's a bit unfortunate.
Ooh, unfortunate incident happened. Yeah, where'd my mouse go? Let's see. Mouse. So we're gonna have to have Loftar restart the server. But yeah, the hunger changes. As some of you may have noticed, we made some new changes to hunger in light of the discussions that took place in the prelude to World 14 thread, and I've updated that with some new information on a new take on hunger that we came up with. And the basic idea is that we've removed the distinct hunger tiers, you know, famished and whatever they're called, starving and whatnot. No, not starving. What are they called? Famished, ravenous, something.
Something indeed.
We've removed all those, so there's only one meter, and the old meters combined, because you had 7 hunger meters, they combined to 700 units of food, or 700%. The new singular meter works out to 1,000%. So effectively, the food units, you can think of them as being annotated in pro milli rather than percent. Per milli? I don't know how you say that in English.
I actually don't know either.
Promille. Det heter promille för helvete. So,
Per mille, indeed.
yeah, per milli. So yeah, and the food efficacy, i.e. the FEP bonus that you get, and the rate of decay of the meter is determined by where on the continuum of the meter you are, rather than by the distinct tier that you were on previously. Like, while you were on the 300% level, you got 300% FEP bonus, and you got a rate of decay specified by that particular tier. Now you get a continuous...
It's basically just a continuous version of the discrete levels.
Exactly. So you get a continuous... decrease in the rate of decay as you move down the meter, or as you empty the meter through decay. So the whole thing is continuous, meaning that if previously, are we back up?
We're back up, yes.
We back, boys. So if previously you had strong incentives to always be at level 300, or at the lowest possible tier, I think that incentive should no longer really be there in the same sense. I think it's going to be a more nuanced question of how you want to throttle your effort as regards the hunger meter, because you're always going to have some amount of reduction on your FEP, food efficacy level, assuming you've eaten at all. So I hope that made it clearer and not more confused. So we can't have knarrs in Valhalla. Is that the key takeaway?
That is the takeaway, yes, and no mounts at all, really.
Dang, son, no horses either, huh?
Yep.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, that sucks a bit, but it's not something I can fix in 1 minute, at least.
2 minutes? If I give you 2 minutes?
Not sure, to be honest.
Okay, so we're gonna have to try without that then.
I can do that on the side, I guess.
Big John UK says, have you made any changes to tree quests? No sweeping changes, but we've made some changes. So
I think it refers to the hunger quests, right?
Yeah, we've made some change to it, so it won't be what you know and presumably love. It'll be something somewhat different. Okay, this is good. This is good. So, if anyone feels like crashing, or if anyone crashes, feel free to send me a PM or whatever. Yes. Zonzon says, so like after a few food pieces you will start to receive X 2.9 food bonus, right? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And a continuous decay from X3 down to X 1/3 if you eat yourself all the way to maximum food level. So I think that makes the incentives there somewhat less. I want to use the word autistic here, but I've been told that that's not nice, so I won't. I did not use the word autistic. So, and I'm fairly excited about that change. I think it's a good change. I think it makes a lot more sense.
It's arguably something that should be done anyway. The discrete hunger levels were never particularly nice.
No. So basically the curry lines there are no longer a thing. So maybe I should set up a little combat deck of some sorts. I don't know if I have anything at all here. So what's the hot combat deck, peeps? What should I do here? I've fainted. I need to restore. Well, you need to tell me. You need to tell me what I should put in here. Maybe we'll keep the punches, I think. Seems like the pro PvP move, and we're gonna have some, where is it? We're gonna use quick barrage. That seems good. And that should get us some IP, so that we can, apparently people are using flex, so I guess that's good. And we should definitely then use some cleaves. So, I'll try that. Is that good? Did I do good? Ethanor says, doesn't that make it incredibly difficult to tell if eating a piece of food will fill your fat bar completely?
Not necessarily. I mean, the level won't change in huge steps.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's particularly more difficult than it is currently.
No, I mean, the rate of increase is still relatively slow. I mean, if a normal piece of food gives you 3 or 4 per milli units of food, then, you know,
not much is going to change.
Not much is going to change by eating a single piece of food. So you'll have plenty of time to kind of eyeball how it increases. I don't think it's not really a significant change in terms of how the meter moves per se. At least not if you think of the old 7-tiered system as a continuous meter. So if anything, it'll increase slower, since we now have effectively 10 of the old hunger levels rather than 7. So. Question for Loftar Torvalds. nVidia is cursed?
Well, if you don't know what Linus Torvalds thinks of it, you can Google that. You can search for that on YouTube.
What does he think of it? He hates it?
Haven't you seen that?
No, I haven't.
The gesture?
No, I've missed the gesture. What's the gesture?
The middle finger gesture.
No. What's up with that? He hates nVidia?
Yeah, he hates nVidia quite viciously.
With a passion.
Yes.
Incredibly based.
Yes.
What's the argument for it?
For the hate.
Yes.
That they are from his perspective, that they are apparently horrible to work with.
Okay.
And I can see that being the case, seeing as how their drivers are, well, I mean, special.
That was a well-timed cleave from me there. Did you see, guys? I hit him for several points.
Several points of damage.
Indeed. He's using the lightning maneuver thing. Is that good? This guy is much harder to fight than an animal. Normally when I do this to animals, they just die. Let's see. Rimworld Bebop says, so what is the point of that hunger system changes? People can't get 3 to 4k stats easily. I think the more, like, the key takeaway right now is that I think the new system is significantly more elegant, quite simply.
Yeah.
But the original impetus for us wanting to change this was that we observed that people were always eating at the 300% gain level, especially if they were, better players, quote unquote, i.e. they had, good tables, access to salt, all that jazz. They were eating always consistently at the 300% level, and that was not really the intended mechanic there. The intended mechanic has always been a kind of throttle on how much effort you can throw at grinding your food values or your theft values.
Right.
And a bit of a catch-up mechanic to kind of help people who maybe haven't played as much or whatever. So the intention was certainly never that you should always lie at the absolute bottom end of the meter. And where the optimum, because it's a trade-off kind of between the effort you throw at the game and how the game effectively scales up the difficulty as you throw more effort into grinding the hunger. So this guy got a crash here, I think.
I thought so. But
Seems to
that's
be
a Java crash, though, not an NVIDIA crash.
Yeah, I know, I'm well aware, but still, I don't know if that's...
Well, yeah, I mean, sure, but...
Snuggle Snail H&H says, you F up plebs more by making it complicated than by making it take effort. It's not.
I'm not sure it's really that much more complicated.
It's not
to be
more.
honest.
It's easier than maybe I'm explaining it poorly, but I think once you interact with it, you will find that it's basic. Very little has kind of changed. It's effectively pretty much the same system, only in a more elegant formulation. So it's not more complicated. It's not more complicated than it has been.
That arrow was from a custom client, so I can't map the line numbers to my own.
Okay. So that was a custom client, so the custom client crashes need to be addressed to the proper authorities of the custom client that you're currently working with. Aussie Wonderchild says, I do agree it's going to be actually easier to understand how it works, definitely. I think so too. I think to me, that change after we talked it through and we listened, tried to take your concerns into consideration properly, and I thought they had merit. So we're grateful for the comments that we received on the thread. We came up with this, and I thought it was a much more elegant formulation of the system. So, kind of irrespective of our original purposes for wanting to change hunger, I think this is a better system.
Yeah.
Springy B says, will the verbiage stay the same? I always thought it was counterintuitive to have the hunger meter imply starvation when it was actually tied to energy.
Tied to energy, though?
It's not really tied to energy, is it? I mean, energy is something you gain from eating food, but not really connected to the hunger theft aspects of it. Incredibly based that we added back the 2D effects when performing attacks. You can actually kind of see some of the things that are going on. Love to see that.
It's certainly an improvement.
So, note to future self, it would be really cool if we could have animals and mounts in Valhalla.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm working at.
Dang, son! He's just doing it. What a mad lad. What an absolute mad lad. So the crash we're looking for, by the by, is not a Java crash which presents you with a neat error message. This is a case where Java apparently just screams.
Yeah, it's a crash to desktop, basically.
It's a crash to desktop. It just dies silently, leaving no trace of its existence. For future reference also, you found out that you could, like, through command line arguments, get Java to core dump if it crashes, right?
Yes.
So that's probably something the custom client makers would want to have in their custom clients, maybe, or
arguably at least. I mean, at least if they are experiencing crashes to desktop.
exactly. If so, custom.
I mean, the problem with core dumps is that if you don't really need them and have them randomly, they can be quite huge.
Right, but you should not. You should. They shouldn't be occurring randomly. Should
Yeah,
they?
sure, but I mean, some people may have faulty systems.
Sure. So I don't know. Maybe custom client makers consider if you could enable core dumps through command line arguments. Because if you want us to find this bug, we may need a core dump. Loftar has added some, because there was a theory that zero-size buffer draw calls were the cause of this, because you could apparently reproduce a very similar crash by using that.
And
So
an extremely similar crash.
an extremely similar crash. So we added some codes to hopefully give us some indication if that were the case, or if such draw calls are actually produced. So it may be that if you crash on this particular bug, you could potentially have an error log, right?
Yeah, exactly, in your home directory.
Exactly. So the crash we're looking for is a crash to desktop. Just silently, the program just dies. Keels over and dies silently. Aussie Wonder Child says, this crash was happening so frequently that there is no way no one crashed it. Well, let me know.
I mean, it's not like it's impossible that nVidia has fixed the problem in the driver.
Yeah.
It's also not impossible that this was a custom client bug that has been fixed since, like, incidentally.
Exactly. So
it's
we may well be chasing ghosts here. There might not be anything. We don't know. Which is one of the reasons why we're doing this, because again, when these crashes occurred, it was during heavy fighting scenes, and it was apparently very very inopportune moments to be crashing. So if Nirlada says, in which situations is it usually happens?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't managed to reproduce it, to be honest.
Exactly. We've never had this crash ourselves, so we don't know. It could have been a custom client thing where you've made some bad modification to graphic renderings of things. I mean, custom clients do all kinds of things with the map and whatnot, so there may be bad draw calls there, or there are, and we don't know that. So I don't know if, I mean, obviously you guys were clearly using custom clients. Those of you who experienced these crashes, was there a common denominator in terms of which client you were using, or was this happening on across?
Yeah, that's the weird thing. I got the impression that it was happening for everyone, but I can't say I know.
I have never really spoken to anyone directly, I don't think, who has experienced this crash, so this is very much an exercise in me knowing very little in terms of what we're looking for. My favorite type of bug. Let's see. All the clients. Both PvP sides were using different clients, multiple clients too. Everyone was crashing. Yeah, I mean, nVidia continuously updates their drivers. If this was a driver issue, it may well have been fixed. I can't claim to be following their patch notes diligently.
Yeah, and I don't even think their patch notes contain that kind of detail.
Exactly. So I don't really know. You guys should put a wall around the middle of Valhalla. People are too far together, and there isn't any massive combat really.
People are too far together.
Might have been a little slip of the tongue there. I guess he means that people are too spread up. So what do I do then? Do I Do I just make a fort here and...
I mean, we made Valhalla bigger because you guys were complaining it was too small previously.
But there is a lot of standing around. So if you're listening and if you're eager to help, then please maybe move away from the actual hearthfire area where you can actually be engaged, and just run around and try to... I think many effects maybe on screen could be a good thing. Maybe many like combat effects. Maybe we're gonna take care of this archer right here. We taking him down, boys. I sniped the guy. Eden234 says, perhaps the crash cannot happen in Valhalla for some reason. Can you test it in the real world and teleport people to you? Did you have the teleport to Brodgar thing?
No, I did not do that.
Failed. You should.
Oh, well, perhaps, but...
We'll circle around Valhalla for a while. We'll derp around here, and then towards the end of the stream, we could go into the real world and organize a meetup and have a little bit of a maybe end of the world type party in the real world as well, and do some fighting and whatnot. If you guys are up for that, not much to lose at this stage. I will tell you that much. Because everything is going the way of the dodo. It should be everyone in combat with everyone. The crash was way less common in small-scale PvP. Maybe set time to fall to check if the falling leaves cause some problems.
I mean, clearly the crash was happening outside of fall, so I don't think that was the issue either way.
Yeah, the leaves theory is probably the least interesting one, because if that were the problem, it should theoretically be fixed. So the leaves are not really, I don't think,
exactly
what we're looking for. I mean, it could be. I mean, there's a fair amount of fighting going on. Even, I mean, maybe your fights were actually bigger than this incredibly based in that case, but fairly big fight going on at least.
Yeah, but it might be a matter of like how many icons you have in your fight relation list and stuff.
Are there no water skins here? How do I find a water skin or any sort of water container? How can you simulate combat without a lot of drinking? Is it even possible? Let's see. There are water skins on the ground, probably all looted. That makes a lot of sense. Probably try to stick with the group here. So I don't know. We'll play around in Valhalla for a good while longer. So if you're watching, please join us in Valhalla. We'll wall with that also. Wall. Join us in Valhalla. The end is near. Oh, okay. Sorry, Big Velvet. Sorry, dog. Sorry, my dude. I found one. Add rabbits. Aussie Wonderchild says, if no one has reported a crash, I could actually believe it's fixed by nVidia. Could be.
It is entirely possible.
It is entirely possible. They improve their products over time. So And again, if we do not manage to catch it tonight, there is one thing that I think the custom client maker interested in fixing this should probably do, and that is to enable core dumps.
And make sure the warning commits are merged.
And make sure that you have merged the warning commits that Loftar added a while back. So merge the warning commits, enable core dumps. Because if we're going to fix it, we're maybe going to need a core dump if the problem is actually on our end. Yeah, that's a good one too. Maybe eat a little, try to get as many of the funky effects going as possible, make it a blinking lights show of all kinds of nonsense. Because I mean, this is a fair amount of people here, and there is a fair amount of fighting going on here. So. John Fugati says the crash never existed in the first place. You are being gaslit by the PvP community. That is also entirely possible, though I have to admit that I somewhat doubt it.
I have had a bit too involved conversations with people chasing the bug. Do you really believe that?
Exactly.
That theory.
It's entirely possible, and in that case, my treat. We can have fun with this, so I don't worry too much about that. But thank you for the concern. Let's see. Let's see. Is the world of Valhalla supposed to have borders? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, every world has borders. Not sure what the alternative would be.
I believe in a world without borders. Imagine there's no countries, nothing to live or die for.
Boomers and intensifies.
Imagine unironically listening to the Beatles. Could not be me. Boomer disco. Rapidest Flame says, "How dare you?" Some of the songs maybe are okay-ish. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. I'm gonna go F someone shit right up. Okay. Here we go. Grimire, I'm coming for you, son. I shall lay you low. I laid him low. You should Hadouken someone. That's true, I should Hadouken someone. How do I Hadouken someone?
You need to be in combat with them.
Okay, and then what do I do?
Act Hadouken.
There will be more of that. You have best believe me. We need to add a pagina for that so that I can have it on hotkey.
Sure enough.
Incredibly best. I want the other Street Fighter attacks as well. I want Dalsim, the guy with the long arm.
You better start making the animations then.
I should. It's not even a joke. Hadouken. Power overwhelming. You know what they say? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. What about some Mortal Kombat fatalities? Pulling out the entire spine out of someone's body. It would be fun. I shall not deny. And my friends are all aboard, many more of them live next door. And the band begins to play. Bum, 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 bum. Do a full body explosion, blood everywhere, and delete their character. Incredibly based.
That's what we need.
This is the energy that Haven needs going forward. This is where time should be spent. Fairy dust, if you know what I mean. The ultimate fairy dust. Womp, womp, womp.
To make sound effects like that, I think the server has crashed.
Sorry, I'll consider my sound effects. Spawn tons of midgets. I would spawn tons of midgets, but we're in Valhalla, so I can't spawn any critters. So
Midgets are probably not a problem.
okay, midgets it is.
MK will be a mage swarm, right? N50. There we go.
Now we talking. Fly, you fools! Fly! There we go. Well, that's some more. And yeah, the ladybugs and stuff like that should be fine too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But those are not called ladybugs, they're called ladybug. Maybe I should take it a little bit easy. Maybe I shouldn't go completely full retard with this. Opium dragons, that's a good one. Opium dragon obj. 50. Can I do that? Can I? Pretty please. There we go.
The server using a fair bit more CPU than ordinary now.
We chill now. We chill now. This is fine. Right, and midge swarms like never decay or anything.
Yep. Though when they're fed up, they'll just go away randomly.
Okay, that's good. No worries then. It was all good. Oh my god, 5 FPS, new client render, huh? This is not 5 FPS. This is, I don't know what it is. Stats on maybe?
Stats on maybe.
But I am running OBS as well, so I don't know. It's 25. It's almost 30 FPS. This is good. Do keep in mind that this is a fairly intense amount of 3D rendering going on right here. And I kind of feel that, you know, given that the client doesn't, you know, we've done a lot of this kind of stuff on our own servers and whatnot, you know, just spawning dumb amounts of animals and such, and we've never been able to reproduce the crash ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we've created pretty intense, you know, rendering situations like this ourselves, and haven't really been.
Would we get a more realistic fight, perhaps, if we spawn some kind of objective, like a meteor or something? I mean, I guess we kind of have to divvy up teams or something for that to work. So maybe it's not realistic.
I don't think I can hurt the cat, son.
Especially not being one yourself.
True. True. So feel free to suggest other improvements to Valhalla, by the way. This is of any use to you. I am running OBS. I'm not sure how much OBS influences the frame rate right now. I have a feeling that it can be somewhat of a resource hog at least.
On the other hand, you are running a 3900X, so
True that.
I would like to think that OBS will have all the resources it needs.
Let's see. You should honestly do some more things on screen. Really force people's computers. We could crank it up a notch, but I'm not sure the experience will be pleasant. But perhaps that's not important because we can restart the server if I crash it or whatever. So we'll give it a while longer, and then we'll go even more full retard with how much nonsense we spawn. So please improve FPS. Client can't handle. Custom clients are lagging. Default isn't. Add critters like rabbits, troll doves, ant hills, animals, beehives, bunny slippers, forager freedom. Right. We're running. He wants rabbits, ant hills, not sure why. Animals, beehives, bunny slippers, forager credo. I could see bunny slippers and forager credo being relevant here because they use that.
I get it.
Rapidest Flame concurs with more madness being needed here. Give it a while longer. So, and then there's this guy right here. Broken. But yeah, other than that, I'm really excited about the new world. It'd be great if we could fix this problem, if the problem still exists. But other than that, I'm very excited about the new world. We have made some really cool changes, I think. I hope. They're interesting at least. So it's gonna be fun. Jesse Havenex says, can you postpone the new world till next Friday? I'm going to a party this Friday, so I won't be around. I'm sorry, but I think that would be a good way to cause dålig stämning. So, you don't want dålig stämning on the forums. Bad mood. You don't want the vibes to be negative. So we have to think of the vibes, and thinking of the vibes, I think the prudent course of action is to not postpone the world listing. But I wish you a fun party, though. I hope it's a nice party with nice people. See, but everyone, my birthday. Go, shawty, it's your birthday. We're gonna party.
You get a reset on your birthday.
Exactly, you get a reset on your birthday. Here we are giving you this present, this gift that we give to you, unto you, on your birthday, for you only. And
you complain.
You complain. You have the audacity, sir.
Okay, so I fixed mounts in Valhalla. I fixed animals in Valhalla. I haven't added any automatic spawning of them though. But I have also added a travel to Ring of Brodgar.
Good. Then we shall crash the server through intense things, and then we shall move on to the Ring of Brodgar. What say you to that? Incredibly based. He concurs. We shall crash the server and our frame rate through madness. Is there anything otherwise taxing that I could spawn a lot of.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if the point is being taxing anyway.
True. No, maybe, but maybe not. We'll go with some lights, maybe.
I was thinking Christmas lights.
That's cool.
Not something else, at least.
Those are called elven lights, right?
I think they're called Yule lights internally.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so help me decorate, boys and girls. We're dropping some Yule lights and some Yule stars.
That being said, if I'm going to restart the server with these changes, that might not be the best time to start taking out.
No, but we'll make it crazy here first, and then we'll try to crash the server by spawning a bunch of midgets or something.
Okay, I was thinking I could restart with the mount changes and stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Let me just do one thing. What's the... oh, right. There we go. So we're down to 16 FPS.
I'm not sure if the goal here is to, is to tank the FPS.
You tell me what the goal is. I'm just.
I don't know either. But
I'm just vibing, sir.
Do you need more than 5 minutes just to go on vibing?
You can feel free to restart the server at an opportune moment. My vibing is done. You gave them 5 minutes. That's kind of you.
Well, I mean, there are other people playing than the people in Valhalla.
Not anymore. Not given what I've done to the server.
I mean, the server isn't lagging yet.
Oh, okay. Really? I wasn't spamming. I wasn't vibing hard enough. Spawn real animals. Yes, 30-second advertisement. I would spawn real animals, but we can't do that in Valhalla yet. So we're gonna do that in Valhalla as soon as we've restarted the server. So that just restart the server. We can't wait for 5 minutes.
The travel to Brodgar button.
Wintercuss asks, were they able to duplicate the bug? No, we haven't caught it yet, at least. I don't think. So, has Jorb been drinking Red Bull? Gosh golly, no. I would not touch that stuff. Once in my youth, I drank Red Bull and strong spirits one night. And I didn't like Red Bull going into it, and I didn't come away from the experience liking Red Bull more. So no, I am not an energy drink kind of man. I drink tea, the original energy drink. Jorb, your client looks awesome. Which is it? This is the default client. No wonder that it looks awesome. Zafarot says, I would love if the bug was just thought up and a community gaslight. I would love that. I think that would be incredibly based of the community. So to arrange this fun party night in Valhalla, just as a major psyop run on me, that would be incredibly based. Jesse Havenex says, tea, you're not British. No, but neither is tea, is it? It's from India, right? Which also isn't British, is it?
Or is it?
Or Persia, or the Far East in general. You stole that, didn't you? That was one of those things that you stole, right? Not actually British, right? Kidding, we love our bong friends. Da, 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 da. Neored 9 says he's a top sniper in the US. It was a fun message. He's apparently extremely tough on the internet.
Graduated on top of his class and
exactly
and everything.
Yep, and secret raids on Al Qaeda and everything. So we are dealing with an operator tonight, as you may have noticed. How's it going there, sir? Are we restarting the server or what?
Yeah, you can't wait to find a minute. Okay. okay, I got it. Yeah.
Claims to get it, doesn't actually get it. Can you do unlimited water in flasks on Valhalla? Anything is possible through the magic of code. So I don't have the Discord open right now, so I don't know if anyone has PM'd me crashes or sent them over the Discord or anything, but if so, then I suppose I'll get to them. But as far as I'm aware, no one crashed, right? I haven't heard anything to the contrary. So that's good, I suppose, that no one crashed. Again, if we don't manage to catch it tonight, custom client devs, you know what to do. Merge the changes, the warnings and whatnot, the log dump thing that Loftar pushed to the Git repo, and enable core dumps in the command line. So if you do that and you have the crash in the new world, we can hopefully look at it. Night Dog OG says, are you keeping Valhalla like this? Yes, this is an update to Valhalla. We are keeping the actual terrain. We generated a like 5x5 map and we're keeping that there. So there's somewhat more realistic terrain there, and I'm sure there are other improvements as well.
There we go, we are back up.
There we go, we are back up. So we'll do one more run in Valhalla, I guess, maybe spawn some animals, and maybe then move on to the ROB. Did you add the teleport to ROB now?
Yes.
You did. Cool. Cool beans. So join me if you would in Valhalla again, and we will spawn some trolls maybe. We got some bad boys. We got some bad boys right here. Ah. So they can do cave-ins here?
Yeah, probably.
Really? Why?
They're not exactly intended to spawn in the overworld.
Oh lord. Oh lord. The trolls are pretty cool. I do have to say. They're also so gosh darn aggressive.
I'm spawning some knarfs down here for anyone who needs a mount.
I need a mount. I'm chased by vicious trolls.
Well, that's your own fault. That's your own fault, though. Kind of have your own yourself to blame.
There's bears here as well now. Bears.
Oh, we did that one.
There's a bear in the woods. Mammoth. Mammoth. We're doing the mammoth. And we'll do some... They took out these trolls fairly effectively. These are level 1 trolls, right?
If you just spawn them without arguments, yes.
Oh, so what's the argument then?
Level.
9.
Yep. I mean, implying that would make a...
Could I scale it further? Could I say level 20?
I'm actually not sure. I haven't tried that. Oh, we crashed.
We crashed. Crazy.
Very cool.
There's some unfortunate stuff going on with his belly right there when he runs. It's like kind of folds ugly there. There's an ugly fold there. Should look at that. Crush.
Oh, really? Oh.
Crash. We crashed. We'll spawn some Walrai as well. Once we get back up. So, yeah. Pretty cool. My game froze, crashed, GG, well played, yay, yay, thank you. Server was trolled. The server was
trolled.
It was trolled. Well, was it troll that caused the crash?
No, not really. It was actually bleeding that caused the crash.
Rapidest Flame says, you guys already generated the new map? Yes, we did in fact. The new map is in existence. So we did what we usually do, and we looked at a couple of world seeds and picked the one that seemed the most interesting out of the ones we generated. So I think we found a good map, and yeah, well, it's generated. We may regenerate it if we come up with new things between now and then. But a tentative World 14 lies in preparation, ready for all the hotlings to dig into it, strike the earth, and discover its secrets. Banza says, any new biomes in the new world?
Who knows?
It's a mystery. Archaeolog says, will we be able to spawn in different continents from the start, or will it be a single spawn continent? Open to debate. You could feel free to opine if you have opinions on what it should be. I'm not going to reveal what we have decided yet, but feel free to opine. ST Svol says, can you add some protect from chat bots? Probably should do something about that, maybe. Like maybe
what was the
chat bots, like mute options for players or something.
I mean, perhaps. My opinion has just been that, you know, don't look at them. I mean, is it a problem?
They do take up some screen real estate, so I don't know. I can't find it. I don't have it readily available, but there's this fun meme where it's like someone says on Twitter, like, online bullying, LMAO, how can that even be a thing? Just turn the computer off.
Well, I mean, there is that too, to be honest, but I'm not sure that was the point here anyway.
Okay, just close your eyes. Chat spam still functions as a DOS on chats. Yeah.
They do?
I don't know. Do they?
I mean, in that case, that should be fixed.
And Frumbog says, let us choose on which continent we spawn on. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of... The last couple of worlds, we've basically gone with since oceans were added, we've basically always gone with, you know, one central continent, in the game's opinion of what a continent is.
Well, not in the World 11, though.
No, true, no, except for World 11.
I don't think the splitting of the player base among several continents was a great hit then.
No, it wasn't. So and since then we've gone with spawning on one continent and then having other continents available for exploration. It would be cool, maybe, if it feels like there's design space there to come up with interesting scenarios for, you know, the world start.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure I have better ideas lined up. So, oops, I should probably my go to Valhalla. Mighty Sheep says, I prefer main continent concept. Yeah, I think that's the established and best practice thing that we have right now.
I mean, I did like what we had now in World 13, to be honest, where it was technically one continent, but it was kind of sort of divided into subcontinents at least, perhaps.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that, but
What's the water tile called? Deep water, water deep, deep.
the deep water, right?
No such tile.
Deep, just deep. Yeah, right.
Yoink.
This be a good opportunity for the brush.
Sure. Fa la 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 dee dum. We're gonna smooth this out a little bit. Clean up a little bit, as it were. There's a beautiful scene in the French movie Le Roi Danse, where Louis XIV has constructed an artificial lake, and
notes that he shall sail galleys on it.
I shall sail galleys on it. I can't render that in French, but it's beautiful. Je votre navigare non necessest. What about scents? There are no scents.
There are no scents.
There are no scents. Could we temp objet those?
Not with ease.
Not with ease. That could be a thing. We could. We'll find out maybe in Valhalla.
I mean, that being said, there's nothing special about scents outside of their smoke, so I could just little light kilns or something.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll make a whole bunch of kilns here. Spark. Bloop, 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 bloop. Do, 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 do. And we'll add some trolls. We'll make him rough out here in the woods. Trolls right there. And maybe some boars. Maybe some more boats. I apparently do not have swimming on this character.
You learn swimming. I mean, you know, you don't have any RP anyway. I think.
But what's going on here? I know archery and the will to
Yeah,
power.
it's Valhalla stuff.
Cool. Haven Dev designs the single player campaign live. Seems like a pretty intense campaign, if I may say so.
Oh, that being said, didn't we discuss that we should add mount timers to the ships?
Maybe we did. You may have. Would that be good? For what purpose?
Well, part of it, there have been complaints there that Knorrs and Snecure are too overpowered in combat because you can escape too easily.
Why can't I sail? Oh, because there was debris there. Right, it was probably the new navigation rules that everyone is complaining about. Right. I see why they would complain. Nanivor says, oh, if you add mounting timers, which would be POG, add grappling hooks for boarding too. No more will you hop into my passenger seats. LMAO. Jesse Havenex says, it's almost like you don't test things. These are vicious attacks on my character. Sir. Snuggle says, do not add mounting timers. It will make boats more powerful.
It will?
Probably. Because as it is, people can just board them. And
I guess.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm not crashing. So I'm kind of tempted to just move it over to the ring ROB.
To the ring of.
To the ring of. If anyone has crashed, feel free to ping me. Zafarot says, I crashed as soon as I entered Valhalla twice. Probably referring to the server crashes earlier.
or the gaslighting for that matter.
Remember, kids, that all hidden dark deeds shall be revealed on the final day, on the day of judgment. So you will have to stand and answer to our Lord for your vicious gaslighting. If it turns out this was a psyop all along. Zunzon says, crashed with message deadlock detected.
That's nice and all, but not the nVidia bug.
Right. So.
And that is also useless without the actual corresponding error report, so if it doesn't default on the default client. Then.
He wasn't very impressed, I'm afraid. I drowned and my client closed, says Kyrie.
Check for logs then.
Check for logs, check for error logs in the...
Was that default client or custom client?
Default or custom, Kyrie. If true. Orcas and whales. We'll do some orcas and whales.
Probably.
You got some nice poetry as well.
This is great.
I'm being swim blocked, I think. I'm not sure if intentional. Add some more whales.
Kyrie is not responding. Does that mean he was gaslighting all along?
Likely. I wouldn't put it past him. Free Willy! Will Hadouken one-shot the whales too? Likely, right?
What?
Will Hadouken one-shot the whales too?
Not sure actually.
We should try. There we go. Did not one-shot them.
It indeed did not.
Did not two-shot them.
How much HP do they have in fact?
Did not three-shot them. Like 100k maybe? No, there we go. It's dead. It's dead.
No, they have 50,000 HP.
50,000. 50,000 HP confirmed. Gideona.
You just right click it. No, I mean not with the rope, you just right click it.
There's too many fools standing about my whale. So many colorful names on all these hearthlings. I'm not gonna read them out, tell you that, but they're very colorful. Let's see. Fingini says, "Is this Boats of Sky 2?"
You're getting somewhere.
The boat in Boats of Sky is actually the Knar icon. So
Is it?
yes, it is. Because when I was building Boats of Sky, I didn't feel like drawing too much, so I just took pictures that I had. So yes, I think it's safe to say that this is Boats of Sky 2. Have actually thought a fair bit about Boats of Sky 2, or Boats of Sky 3D as I like to think of it. Have some pretty cool ideas as to what you could do with Boats of Sky in 3 dimensions. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't see no crashes, so I'm gonna go to the Ring of Brodgar. And if you want to do that, I think you should have an option down here
You are Ring of Brodgar. Oops.
to travel to your Ring of Brodgar. It's your... This land is my land. This land is your land. So you can all join me at the Ring of Brodgar if you feel like. I'm gonna chill here and make it cozy. We're gonna light some kilns. And cozy on up. What's the the bonfire called? Is it just called bonfire?
Yeah, I think so. Single fire perhaps? Great placement there on the ridge with a floating bonfire.
That's how we operate.
Apparently.
Kimasia says, have you guys considered adding more weapons to the game? We've considered it, but the problem I think is that we haven't really found the combat system deep enough really to motivate that many more weapons.
Indeed.
So, make a claim and charter stone there. Why? You can just teleport there.
Indeed.
You have your own little teleport in the. If you go Haven and Hearth, travel, then you can just find the teleport option. Yes, I shall be your friend. The epic dude says, why did you scrap the directional combat? because it
didn't work out.
Didn't work with the running that goes on in a lot of Haven scenarios, in Haven combat scenarios. It was essentially impossible to hit someone.
Oh, someone is dropping hopped cone counts.
Hopped up cone counts. So, would that be called?
No, I wouldn't bet on that not crashing, to be honest.
Okay. We're not going to do that. But that works.
We gonna vibe here too.
we vibing. We vibing. It's a more chill vibe here, I'd say. But we still definitely vibing.
Did we ever get a reply from Kyrie?
I don't think so. We packing this thing up. And we are lighting it. we super vibing right now. We will hand out more.
We can do 1K subs to opium on them.
Cool. I'm filling these up. Let me light these for you, my boys. Henry, I don't think those are clarinets. All the memes.
Yeah.
He's super vibing right now. Let's pack these as well. Did we leave anyone out? We didn't. We forgot to light this man's hookah right here.
That's the family-friendly stream.
I haven't considered if this goes against the terms of use of Twitch or something, but we doing it. Kyrie says, no critical crash logs in the spot you said. It's a custom client though, but I died in Valhalla due to drowning, so I don't know. Yeah, that's a bit of a special case arguably.
Perhaps, but it shouldn't make the client crash the desktop either.
True. Stalagoonbus is a fun vibe. Definitely vibing with those little guys. Oops. Oh, do they hit test?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they have the Goomba mechanic.
Right. Now we vibing.
Isn't this the time to collect all the drug overlays?
Yeah, it probably is. Let me give me a moment, sir. We need to vibe with the opium first, I suppose. We should add.
I do wonder how many will die from the opium wounds after this.
We vibing. Let's see what more we can do. We can I was gonna say a wine glass, maybe. What's the biggest vessel I can drink from? A bucket, maybe.
Yeah.
We take a bucket and then we go dispense
Brandy.
brandy.
That doesn't give me very much though.
Okay.
100 or 500 or something.
We could do this as well. We could add some barrels here and
XF subst. No, perhaps MK subst is fine.
I think that's fine.
That might be fine. Wait.
So there's brandy in those boys. If you want some brandy, you can have. We're gonna drink some brandy. The gentleman scholar way of drinking brandy.
Some bucket.
Only a bucket. While smoking.
You're not collecting a whole lot of drunken debuff
I
donuts.
probably have a constitution in the
Oh, right.
gazillions. So I'll be standing here drinking. Thank you very much.
For a while.
Okay, I'll focus on the opium for a while here. George Ruse says, how can I join you? In the normal travel menu where you go like teleport to Hearthfire, you now have a teleport to Ring of Brodgar. So you can just come here and we just vibing. So you can come here, there's brandy, we got all kinds of stuff.
If you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. So we have in ourselves wall.
Free vodka.
Stop hogging the hookah. People need to bring instruments and stuff. We need lutes, we need flutes.
You're out of opium though.
Am I out of opium? Is it really thus?
Am I not getting any more through?
I'm out of clarinet fuel. We should do more with this. We should add stuff like, Amanita Muscari, brews and such.
What's Amanita Muscari?
It's just a normal fig song.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, of course. I mean, for that matter, the we should probably add back the boar tusk snuff and then give it to boar effect too.
Boar tusk snuff. All kinds of jazz. We definitely vibing now. D Procor says the button with the ring doesn't seem to work. Is it too many people there, or?
No, shouldn't be an issue.
Try it out. Try again. I can't travel to Rob. Why? It's your fault. Try it out. Try it out, my dude.
Seems to work well. Seems to work well enough for me.
Try to exit the ring itself so that more people can vibe.
I mean, I don't even think that should be an issue.
Oh, let's see. There we go. Spawn more wine glasses, please. Can I spawn those as objects?
No.
I would like to have a command to just drop an MK item like
Yeah,
that.
I've thought that from time to time too. I mean, it's super useful at times like this.
Exactly. So you can clearly see that we need it. Will Brodgar travel be left in the game? No, I don't think
No.
so.
It will until the reset.
Until the reset. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting kind of foggy. So, my character is definitely vibing. I don't know about your characters. But my little dude is definitely vibing. The effect here at 90% intensity is pretty intense.
It is, isn't it?
There's a very bacchanalian thing going on here. Right, 98%, getting there. So, we should probably turn off the walls and such as well. Shouldn't we?
Turn off. Oh, you mean like hand bashing palisades or
Yeah.
something? Right, crashed. Well, that seems like a good opportunity to do that then, I guess.
We crashed. In the middle of our vibe, we crashed.
That is a bit weird though, to be honest. Let's see what we're using to.
It's a perfectly normal use case and the server crashes. It's very strange. So,
I'm entirely sure what happened here, to be honest. There might be some bug with the hookahs.
that's a major vibe killer if we have a hookah bug.
That's weird though. What's up with that?
So we're going to restart the server, bring it back up.
Yeah, it's just, what were we talking about again? Something actually. Yeah, turning off wall, making walls hand bashable, right?
Yep. If it's not a big ass fix. So again, if you have any other last minute changes that you'd like to see us impart on the new world, by the by, if you haven't noticed, if you haven't watched us before, if this is entirely new to you, we are the dynamic dev duo behind the game called Haven and Hearth, which we are currently playing and vibing in. And on Friday, August 12th, 2022, Friday, 1900 hours UTC, we will be launching World 14. That's more fingers than I have. I need to use toes to manifest the amount of numbered worlds that we've gone through. World 14 launches on Friday. So join us. It's going to be a blast. Normally, we're not vibing this hard when we play the game, but tonight we definitely vibe it. So it's going to be a blast. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm through the roof excited. So if you have any last minute changes, stuff that you'd like to see in the new world, stuff that you'd like to shill for, as it were, then the floor is yours. Are blue truffles added this time, or still at 0% like Fulgurite? Bashil Beck says delete hunger. Change the trellis building way into the way you build walls, please. That could certainly be considered.
There we go, we should be up again.
We are up again. Make trellis crops so that we don't have to replant them all the friggin' time. There we go, we're back online. So are the hookahs safe now or still unsafe?
Not sure, to be honest.
Not sure, to be honest.
Should perhaps take it easy with them until I've had time, until I've had some opportunity to debug them.
But my vibe though, dog.
You may have to use an ordinary pipe instead. Oh, crashed again. Did you do something?
Maybe. I made bull pipes. I don't know. Maybe I effed up some command or something.
Seems to be the same weird thing again, to be honest.
We found a true hookah bug. We crashed again.
Yeah.
This is a good stress test. We should do this more often. Vibe, if you know what I mean. Maybe I should just do this every now and then. Just throw a big fat old party by the Ring of Brodgar. Could be fun.
It would perhaps be more problematic in the middle of the world.
I'm not really doing much, am I? Like, if I just go there and hand out free goodies, then not much changes. Not really. So it's just a bacchanalian event, if you know what I mean. Ain't no harm. Ain't no harm being done. Average Benny says add fire particles to fire. Yeah, I agree that they could have a lot more spark and poof and oomph to them. We could also have high definition rendering would be pretty bows, I think. We talked a fair bit about that. So that you can have, because there are a number of weird things going on now due to the particularities of these quite kind of simple blend fong shading that we're doing. We could do more cool things with HDR and such. So that, like one effect, I don't know if you've noticed, but fires make even a bright day scene look significantly brighter. They light up a bright day scene, and that's clearly not what fires do in real life because it's bright. So they don't really add that much light. So, and yeah. Kimasia says, have you thought in some sort of automatic server wipe mechanic? I have. We've considered that at several points. We even tried it vaguely a couple of times with, like, we had a Doom altar and such. But I never really quite felt that it worked out. And there are some pretty major caveats and such to that. So, I don't know. I haven't really figured out how that would work optimally if we were to do that. It would, in theory, be kind of cool if it were a player decision when we make world resets or not, but I don't know, there's a lot of issues in it to it for sure. And it's also, we kind of need some time to prepare for a world reset, at least if we're going to do stuff like introduce new mechanics and change things that are, you know, world reset relevant, then we kind of need a little bit of a heads up to be prepared for that. So. Naniwar says, I forgot what was your opinion about private single-player servers. Something creative mode could help content creators stay hidden and still create content for the game by replicating their ability. We've talked about private servers. We've had a fairly intense discussion somewhat recently about private servers and about where we should go with it, because I do kind of feel that there are a lot of people who would like to throw creativity at our game, who are kind of prevented from doing so because of whether that be, you know, streaming or building cool things or blah blah blah, but who feel prevented from doing that because the world resets every so often and there's PvP in the world and any number of the things that you could dislike about our management of a single server regime. Obviously, the counter argument there is that we don't necessarily want to bifurcate the world. I think there's a real risk if we have private servers, if we have multiple servers, that the population just gets split across all those servers, and so that effectively all of the servers are unpopulated and dead, which wouldn't perhaps be fun. And maybe we'd lose something of the world reset experience that we have right now, which I think is a pretty unique and cool experience that the game offers. So wary about losing that. So a lot of ways you could go with, but at the same time, I've kind of felt more and more that we're probably, it feels like there's a lot of untapped potential in the game. Like I've speculated at times, like what if we built
I
this,
think I fixed the hookah problem.
if we built the game as a single player game, I think it could have, you know, arguably done better, so to speak. Would have been more, I don't know, popular or whatever. But you deleted all the hookahs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I almost had time to delete all of them before it crashed because of that.
But they are safe now.
I believe they are, at least.
So, yeah, again, I've felt more and more as we've worked on the game that there is a fair amount of untapped potential, and that the game could perhaps be more popular or fun. Fun. I think fun is the word I'm looking for. Maybe it could be more fun if people could, mod it and kind of make it their own in more ways. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about private servers? Are you excited? Is this? I suppose. I mean, because I guess that's an open question. Like, how do you people feel about that? Infinity Merlin says, please let we make private servers. Average Benny says, add the possibility to include user-generated content like models or hats in the game, maybe in the form of contest for a winner. Frombog says, private servers for $10K a server. Private servers probably not, because of fractured player numbers under different managements, but single player modes could help out creators a ton. Because one of the problems, obviously, is that you can't even reliably kind of stream a normal and actual H&H experience, because you kind of give away your base, and there's a huge incentive for people to troll you on stream by killing you and being mean to you. So, which I guess, yeah, again, feels like there's a lot of untapped potential. What are your thoughts on private server?
I'm not sure I have anything right now to add to that, to be honest. I mean, again, I do want to emphasize though that the greatest threat to that idea, I guess, is that it might not be a good thing to segment the player base, really.
Yeah. What's the ganja weed called?
The ganja stuff.
Ganja stuff. I'm just gonna. Bashel Beck says, OCO dev status, it's abandoned. No, certainly not abandoned. Still very much a thing. We've been obviously working a fair amount on the world reset these past couple of months over the summer, but apart from that, this is still kind of the main focus. We talked about it a fair bit on the previous stream that we did, so if you're interested, I don't think we're going to rehash the whole OCO status. We're working on it. It's a big thing. But go watch the previous stream. Precursor says, maybe fix PvP to make streaming safe. If you have ideas on how to do that, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
Average Benny says, private servers dilute player base on main server. Yeah, that's what I said, so I'm well aware of that, and that is a real concern. So not sure how to deal with that. Can you spawn the rubber band statue and other statues? Would be
no, they will be there next world for you to find.
Indeed. So you didn't actually place them this world?
No, I forgot about that.
They weren't placed this world. Zafro says, I don't know, it's kind of entertaining to see how quickly someone can hunt down a spruce cap streamer. Wouldn't deny that, but it might not be too fun for the spruce cap streamer. And it's also the problem that the stream never gets beyond the spruce cap stage, because the streamer gets wrecked all the time. So that's the thing. I'm gonna do this as well, I think. Maybe you can have that, and I'm gonna do this and do that.
You can smoke an ordinary pipe while smoking a hookah, right?
You probably can, yeah. I think that's possible. So we'll go full retard. Look at this man. Absolute mad lad. You guys made it a lot worse for streamer with things like thing wall names popping up and very identifiable island tiles everywhere. So the solution is to make the entire map bland and unrecognizable and no distinguishing features whatsoever.
That being said, I can see the thing on names being a thing. Perhaps there should. I mean, I don't know how far the client should go to accommodate streamers specifically, but I guess you could make a case for a streaming mode or something.
Zunzon says private server spreading blah blah could bring. To be honest, the streamer mode would be nice. Private server spreading a limited version of Haven could instead bring people to main server after people will be interested to play on global server. It's a popular game model in India.
Is it though?
I don't know. I'm just reading out the chats. A big help would be a streamer mode that doesn't pop up with the name of your exact locations every 2 minutes.
I mean, the thing is, that's a nice thought and all, but I mean, is it really going to help?
Yeah,
or are people really going to stop sniping you because
no,
of
they're
that?
not going to stop sniping you because of that, and I think you have to realize that. I mean, I'm not necessarily arguing against the streamer mode, but I think there's too much identifying information to really make that feasible while still showing off gameplay. I mean, there's the map and everything, and you kind of want to use the map, don't you? You have the mini map. Okay, so hide all of those maybe, but I don't know. Not sure how much. I have to doubt that that's actually going to see significant use, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm kind of skeptical as to whether that's going to increase the amount of streaming going on. But as a general observation, I feel that there are a lot of creative people who seem eager to throw creativity at Haven, but who can't really do that because of some of these considerations. And I do think that's a shame. Whether it be like modding or whether it be, I don't know, creating an RPG in Haven or all kinds of stuff that you could presumably do with the general layout. So I don't know. So yeah.
It's a hard question, but one we are considering, I guess.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about it. We've kind of talked about, what's the kind of biggest play we could make for the game, like the biggest, most impactful change. Because I think, the game is certainly not perfect, and there are a lot of things that we'd like to change about it and things that we'd like to develop. So for our part, we're still kind of comfortable with the model that we have been using for a long time and still are using. Just in some sense, at least I'm comfortable with it. Again, just could see that there's a lot of creativity being missed and not leveraged properly. And because I think, I was going to say this, I think one of the major problems maybe is our management. I think maybe our management of the single server is potentially a bigger a bigger thing that holds the game back than anything in the game itself. That could very well be a case, because I'm certainly not arguing that we kind of manage the server optimally in several ways, whether it be in terms of curating the experience to get rid of stuff that you don't want to see, like bots and blah blah blah. Maybe it could be in terms of just the exactitudes of the game rules. There are a lot of variables there. So. And how often should we do resets? Should we do resets at all? Should we blah blah blah? And there's like the ideal version of private server land, I think, where all of these private servers kind of exist in a cloud, and maybe you could travel between them, and kind of like a multiverse kind of thing, and people can maybe presumably run their own server and blah 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 blah, and it could be like this huge sprawling universe of servers where people can run their own instances of Haven. Blah blah blah. I don't know. How do you feel about that? That could be cool, right? But I don't. Again, there are there are considerations.
It's just not obvious that is how it will actually work out, let's just say.
Exactly. One guy crashed. Loftar, check your PM from Trollix.
What kind of PM on forums or what?
On the forum, probably. So big if true, we may have a crash. Discord.
I don't have my. I don't have Discord here.
Okay. So if you could PM that to him on the forums, he can check it now. Otherwise, he'll have to check it when he gets home. So Trollix is a PM man. He can PM on the forums. Okay, I'll do forum. Excellent, sir. And it was the actual crash. Java just shut down and died for you. Did it happen now at the Ring of Brodgar? Where did it happen? Average Benny says we need 10k players for multiple servers to be real. Yeah, sure, but the argument would be that if multiple servers increases the total population of the game, which presumably it could do, it could have the opposite effect as well. I don't know, but if it did do that, then that itself could be a draw. So the Epic Dude says, what happened to Steam release? We have never really explored Steam release in any big fashion for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not sure the game is ready for a Steam release. Two, a Steam release raises all kinds of questions about how we integrate with our own online platform contra their online platforms. They have community pages, they have all kinds of stuff on Steam that we would have to kind of think about, at least. The payment model, how do we integrate our payment model with theirs, etc., etc. Servers. Presently, we pretty much reach peak capacity, at least when we do a world reset. Usually, we'll see how it turns out on Friday. I'm hoping for a big crowd. I'm hoping for a big turnout, but I don't know how many people will be there. But in the past, it's often been the case that we have peaked out. So I should probably turn off the frame rate limit. I already have. Why am I only seeing 30 FPS?
Oh, why could be?
It's crazy. No reason. Literally no reason for that. Yeah. Trollix says it was a bit off screen, but yeah, full crash to desktop. That's very positive in that case. In that case, maybe we got something out of this. Did you get a warning log or whatever? Could you check your forum?
I've already done that. I haven't gotten anything yet.
No, nothing yet. What determines that player cap? Server specs. Yeah, server specs. The server lags out after a while, and if we wanted to handle more people, we would have to add more servers.
Well, we have to parallelize the server before we can add more servers.
No,
we can. Yeah, sure. We can have. Yeah, sure. We can have instance servers.
So one of the things that we'd like to do is to parallelize the server, because right now it's a single-threaded application. Imagine using the word application on there. Could not be. It's a single-threaded program. So we'd like to make it multi-threaded, but that's a bit of a task. And under that regime, it could potentially be scaled up. So it contains the max amount of characters. I don't know how to send the text log on the forums. I'll upload it to some random hosting site. Sounds good, trolls. Incredibly excited about this. The client is single thread. No, dummy. Not the client. The server. The server is single thread. Average Benny says, add achievements to keep casual players interested for longer. Easy game dev move. Add achievements.
Oh, right.
I'm not necessarily opposed to that kind of meta progression, because it would allow you to keep something in between resets, for example. So it could potentially work pretty well with the model that we have. That being said, I'm not in love with achievements as a game concept. I don't think it's the most fun imaginable. Because I've played a fair amount of Paradox games, and I instantly find myself chasing dumb achievements for no reason. And I'm not sure I really like that. On the one hand, it's kind of fun with, oh, here are some arbitrary goals that you can reach, and they're kind of hard to accomplish. But, yeah, I don't know. Played a fair bit of Crusader Kings 3 before the summer. It was incredibly based. I was very impressed by it. They've done a great job on that. I thought it was one of the best titles I've seen from them in a long while. So that addiction is the goal. Yeah, I realize, but I don't know. There's something cynical there that I'm not, I don't know. I don't know. If you make a generous interpretation of what achievements are, then sure. I'm not necessarily opposed to it.
What is this log you have sent me?
What is this log you have sent him, Trolix? By golly, what is this? Zented69 says, after 2 months of progressive play, the game is stale unless you are a LARPer. Achievements would be genuinely huge. Yeah.
Unless you've gotten all the achievements and now it's stayed for that reason.
Exactly. Just add more achievements. We're going to need a bigger boat. That's always the solution. Nunnyware says, oh yeah, what kind of culture did you make? Heritage and the hybrids. Yeah, I made one of the decisions in there is busted. So if you go with control the Mediterranean, if you enact that decision, then you gain essentially inf renown for your dynasty. So I picked all the dynasty perks. I played it through, what was it, like 3 times? I played mostly Viking miners. Started out as Gotland once. Played 1 game as Bjorn Ironside. Did a world conquest. So I don't know, starting from Bjorn Ironside is perhaps not the most difficult starting condition, but I did find that no starting condition is particularly difficult. I played as Persia. I recreated Zoroastrian Persia. That was kind of fun. Starting as that, what are they called? There's a 1 province miner. If you go to the earliest start date, there's a 1 province miner located in the north, somewhere north of the Abbasid Caliphate, and they're still Zoroastrian. So I played those, recreated Zoroastrian Persia all the way to Rome, to India and Rome. I was just vibing then, didn't want no world conquest anymore, so yeah. So
I think Trolix sent me some random JVM log. I don't think it's useful.
Trolix has sent some random JVM log. It's not useful. Did you? Okay. Check for more logs, Trolix. Did you?
Did you check your home directory for the Haven's own warning log?
There could be in your home directory. Check there. Nunnyware says, oh yeah, didn't they fix the renown bug, or is it still bug? I don't know, they may have patched it since. This was like 2 months ago, so I haven't played since then, but they hadn't fixed it then at least. I would, Zented69 says, I would definitely spend time killing 1,000 foxes to get a special fox killing achievement reward. This is what the game needs. I'm not gonna counter signal you on that one. You may have a point. Nunnyware says, hoping to catch an opinion from you on Victoria 3 whenever it's out. 2, cool that you game some GSG. I've worked at Paradox, full disclosure. So back 10 years ago, I used to work there. So I know their games fairly well. Yeah, Victoria 3. Yeah, man, it's just I think I started playing. I think I have logged like 400 hours in Crusader Kings. I'm not sure I want to play Victoria 3, to be quite honest with you.
Didn't you log even more hours in Stellaris?
No, I had fewer hours in Stellaris.
Okay.
I only had like 200, 300 hours in Stellaris. So. I did a fair bit of work on like events and shit for Victoria 2. So Victoria 3 would in theory be dear to my heart, and hence I fear playing it. All right, didn't you guys have a publishing deal with Salem? Yes, we did back in the way back when. It's starting to be getting to be quite a long time ago.
Indeed.
So Trollex Agent says, okay, I think I sent him the correct one now. Ethan Orr says, have you guys played Factoria? No, but I have watched a significant amount of YouTube videos of people playing Factoria, and it looked really cool. So I think I can safely say that I know the game fairly well. And it looked really cool. I was very, very impressed by a lot of the mechanics that I saw in the
Technically speaking, this is not the warning log I was speaking of, but it is at least the hotspot crash log, and it's not the nVidia bug.
Okay. That was not the nVidia bug apparently, Trolix. Well, what's the hotspot something crash? Is that another known crash? Or?
No, absolutely not. But I mean, it's when the JVM crashes, hotspot is the JVM that's the name of the JVM implementation,
Right.
and it produces its own error log. That's what I've been looking at to diagnose some of the nVidia bug crashes.
Okay.
And this is different
Okay.
from the nVidia bug.
So another crash then? That's good.
Well, I mean, I don't know, to be honest. This looks like an internal crash in the JVM itself, rather than anything related to drivers or the client. I suspect that either he's using a buggy build of the JVM, or he has hardware troubles.
Okay. So
That's my guess here.
that was Loftar's big take on that. So unfortunately, that was not the crash we were looking for. Bay 12 forums brought me to Haven 2. Yeah, that was good times with the Bay 12.
It's actually a bit interesting now that I've been running the Doomsday stream. The computer that I was running it on had the JVM, the streaming client kept crashing on it, and I in a similar manner to this, and I replaced the RAM in it yesterday, and it hasn't crashed since. Which is kind of interesting in that it was basically only the client that was crashing,
Right.
not any other program on the operating system or the operating system itself, despite it being bad RAM. So I found it interesting that bad RAM can kind of concentrate perhaps on a particular program. I guess it can depend on memory access patterns and stuff that can trigger a specific hardware problem from only one program.
Incredibly interesting. Okay. Boom. Real question for Loftar. When will you rewrite server in Rust?
I don't think that is going to happen. I started reading up on Rust, to be honest, because I mean it's not necessarily uninteresting, but like when I got to the chapter on like explicit lifetime management, I really just felt that is this really the meta syntax and stuff that I need in my life just to keep myself from just to have the language help myself in preventing sig faults.
Right.
I'm not sure that was the energy I needed.
So not Loftar, not a Rust station confirmed. Confirmed for not a Rust station. Someone bravely attacked me. So we are going to close out the stream with a Hadouken on the person who attacked
Perhaps
me.
Perhaps a Hadouken on everyone who is spam botting.
It's good that these people know what's best for them. Just gonna delete some people here.
You didn't need.
Purely by accident, I assure you. Okay. This was a lot of fun. We're going to close the stream out there. I think we've done what we came to do. This was fun. Party at the Ring of Brodgar. Did some bug hunting. Didn't find anything, maybe. I don't know. Well,
with a bit of luck, perhaps that means that the bug is no longer present. If not, I would recommend to custom client authors next world that they enable the JVM the Java command line argument is -XX:+ crash dump on crash. I think I'll have to look that up. I'll have to
post that on the forums. I don't think that's going to be possible to retain that information. But yes,
but also ensure that they have merged or changes that dump the warnings as well.
Custom client makers, if you experience this problem and want to help fix it, merge the warning log thing from the Git repo on the client, enable the crash dump in the command line argument for Java. Please and thank you. Hopefully the bug is fixed. Hopefully the bug is nothing. I don't know. We did what we came here to do. So yeah, thank you all for tonight.
Gaslighting confirmed.
Gaslighting confirmed. It was all a big gaslight from the get-go. I was gaslit, as it were, by this narcissistic and self-obsessed community of mine. But yeah, a lot of fun in the event. Take care. Again, any final changes you want to see before World 14 hits on Friday, feel free to post, PM, do whatever. I'll try to be my most communicative self in these few days that we still have left. And yeah, enjoy. I hope to see you all Friday, August 12th, now this Friday, 1900 hours UTC time. We will be launching Haven and Hearth World 14. It's going to be a blast. There are a lot of cool changes, I think. So be ready, be prepared, take care, and arigato mucho for the stream. This was, again, fun as usual. So on that note, I'm going to close her out, and salutations. See y'all on Friday. It's going to be fun. Take care. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people. Good night, guys. Take care.